Hey, Warpugs. So, I have the artistic ability of a watermelon. In fact, the only thing I can do reasonably well is I can do a decent editing on a video, provided I know how to, do certain things. But I think my timing is pretty good. But my hand is a wreck anyway. But even before then, if you guys were to take a look at my Warhammer figurines that I painted back in the day, everything like that, you guys would be amazed just how trash I am when it comes to, painting or drawing or anything like that. So I have a very, very high appreciation for people that can. If I have the time, I'll sit there and watch Valk just draw, and it's actually amazing to me to see how she's able to make things look the way that they look. And no, there is no teaching me how to draw. It's a done deal. You will get a butchered stick figure at best. She helped me. She walked me through how to design the Volcana t-shirt, the Warpug Senses Your Heresy t-shirt down in the description. But past that, it's clown worthy. It's absolutely clown worthy. So don't be expecting too much out of me in the artistic ability thing. So I always have a very high appreciation of people that can do that. I think it's just cool. And Jazza released a video that Fiora Varela recommended, and is drawing SCPs exactly as they were described. Now, I saw this pop up on my feed about, my regular YouTube feed, about 5-6 days ago. And I was thinking, that's really cool. I really want to see that, but if I check that out, I will get crucified. If I look at that without, you guys being a part of that, you guys are going to yell at me for it, because I learned my lesson with Inner Historian. I learned my lesson with Laser Pig. I have learned that I am no longer free to watch things on my own time anymore, which makes me sad, but still. So I have things that I check out, mostly HFY, things like that. That's something I'm really interested in right now. And in fact, because I've been suffering writer's block when it comes to my lore videos, I've been suffering atrocious writer's block. I just can't think to do anything. I actually wrote a story, and that story got picked up by Sci-Fi Stories, and they're putting that story right now on YouTube, which, when it's finished, I'm going to be putting a link to that, and you guys can see that. But if you are on Reddit and you go take a look at the HFY boards, and you look up Fear of the Dark by Old Man Warhammer, that's me. Now, aside from all that, I did not even see that this had been requested. I don't know how I missed it, but Fiora requested this back when it was initially released in May of last year. We're going to check this out. I already know that I'm going to enjoy it because it involves two things. It involves SCP, and it involves actual artwork, which I'm a massive fan of. Let's get into it.
Yes.
All of Jazza's links are going to be in the description down below. If you want to see more stuff from Jazza, make sure you leave me some stuff on the Discord. But past all that, my links are going to be in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe. I got all that out of the way. I was really hyped to check this out. Let's go.
SCP Foundation collects and catalogs descriptions of the most dangerous and mysterious entities in the known universe. Some are so mysterious they cannot be directly observed, only drawn from descriptions.
Let's go.
Just in here, Mr. Brooks. You'll find your desk and everything you need.
Okay, thank you. Yep, I should be good.
I already like it.
It's already on. This is Jazza, new recruit of the SCP art department. Here to document the creatures, forces, and otherwise unidentifiable beings related to the SCP.
This is going to be good. I love this.
Protect. I need to help document these things based on their description. First day on the job. Sorry, a little nervous.
You should be.
All right.
He's not an orange jumpsuit, which already means the survivability just went up 1,000%.
It's a bit to catch up on. In my briefing, I was informed that many of the creatures, forces, and beings aren't observable in natural environments, which is why they've recruited into their art department. So it's going to be my job to help them document these beings so they can more properly study, understand, and secure, contain, protect them, I guess.
There you go.
Best first day ever. I am so excited to get started. I've been dreaming of working for SCP for a long time, but it's only possible thanks to the sponsorship of Myths of Moonrise, who have enabled me to join SCP to get this task done.
There
Myths
we
of
go.
Moonrise is a thrilling match 3 strategy game set in a super...
Now, this promotion was, of course, when he put this out initially. I don't know if this promotion is still going, but I am going to be putting in the description down below, so if this interests you, please do.
A natural world of vampires, werewolves, demons, and other legendary creatures. Players embark on an epic journey to rebuild homes, recruit heroes, explore and conquer, creating alliances and guarding the continent against the Fallen. Myths of Moonrise is holding their first anniversary carnival with new gameplay, new heroes, and new Dusk Palace skins. There's a huge range of abilities and strategies to unlock and master. Create alliances, guard the continent, initiate attacks, and wipe out the threat on every area of the continent. Myths of Moonrise receives regular updates, keeping everything current and exciting, and is not for the faint of heart. You have to be over 12 years old to play. And if that weren't exciting enough, they've provided the secret code Anniversary, which if you use, you get almost $20 of free in-game goodies. Download Myths of Moonrise with the link in the description, and don't forget to use the code Anniversary to secure your goodies. And of course, I'm very grateful to Myths of Moonrise for supporting and sponsoring my time here at it.
If this interests you, description down below, guys.
SCP. Let's get back to it, shall we?
Let's go.
Subject, SCP-96. Let's begin. The subject must remain locked in a cell with no video cameras or other visual surveillance. The appearance is as follows. A humanoid creature, 2.38 meters tall. Very little muscle mass. Medical analysis indicates malnutrition. Almost no skin pigmentation.
Shy guy.
Body hair. No pigmentation in the eyes. Otherwise, normal face in ordinary circumstances. Jaw can open up to 4 times width of a normal human. This creature has disproportionately long arms. The observed behavior detects intelligence uncertain. Normally, this creature is docile, pacing eastern wall of the cell. Behavior changes when photographs or videos of its face are viewed. It becomes highly emotional, covers face, screams, babbles, etc., and then begins running towards the viewer. It can pass/break through all known barriers. Minimum running speed, 35 kilometers an hour. On arrival, will kill viewer. Will then return to calm state and slowly return to containment chamber. Now, I have a feeling that the SCP Foundation started me on something pretty straightforward. It's clear why SCP can't.
Anybody else hear that Dark Souls thing where you just died? Well, we're all gone.
Document this creature when photography and video of it will trigger it. So as best as I can, it's my duty to assist in the securing, containing, and protecting of SCP-96. And following the description as best I could, as you can see, I've created that really tall, lanky foundation, and with the shading of the room starting to really take shape, it was at this point that I needed to add a little more definition and color. But one of the distinct elements of this creature is that there is very little color in the flesh. So by darkening the room around him, it allows me to create a pale aesthetic of the character, add some visual interest with some darkness on the clothes, a touch of saturation on the clothes as well, and overall just lean more towards the lighting and mood to clearly represent this very strange creature. In his docile phase, with these really long arms just ambling about, pacing the walls of his cell. But I need to create 2 depictions of this character, which is why I've left room on the right, because there's another form that takes shape, obviously, when he becomes highly emotional and screams, running to the viewer of the photography or video content in which he appears. I needed to represent that the jaw can open up to 4 times the width of a normal human. Now, I believe and interpret that the jaw can open up to 4 times the width of a human's body because this being devours them. I present to you my depiction of SCP-96.
It's legit. It's legit. So, kind of a stock, like what I would consider your standard interpretation of 096. Like it would be your standard view of 96 with everything that you'd expect. Now, on the right is very, very, like, from every bit of media, everything like that, this is the way the 96 would look. The left, though, I really like the take of. I actually think the left side 96 is a little bit more intimidating than normally he is portrayed. So I like this. And oh my god. No. Just 96 is just one of those SCPs I don't want to mess with at all. Just like in no way, shape, or form. Please know I'm leaving now.
This is SCP Video Diary, Art Department, Day 28, Agent Jazza. I am taking up from Agent Markison, who has experienced a volatile exit of the department, so I'm...
He's dead.
Once again in the department alone. It's a job I can handle, it's a job that must be done. I'd be lying if I said it didn't get to me, but... SCP-173. Physical description. Do not... It's all blacked out.
Peanut. I hate him.
SCP-173 is a broadly humanoid figure made of concrete and rebar with traces of Krylon brand spray paint, reddish-brown stains on the floor, mix of blood and feces. Origins unknown at this time. SCP-173 is extremely hostile. It attacks by snapping the neck or by means of strangulation. It cannot move while being looked at. Minimum 3 personnel may enter containment chamber at any one time. At least 2 must look at SCP-173 at all times. I guess that's why they give these cases to me, because sometimes it's better that nobody looks at them at all. Now, I needed to create a clear representation of the scene that the people studying SCP-173 can expect if they don't follow the rules. The 3 staff members assigned to investigate or report.
See, I couldn't do any of that. God, I'm so jealous.
On its status.
Look at that!
Got themselves into a predicament. There must have been a split second where one of them blinked a little too long or glanced in the wrong direction, and in that split second, SCP-173 was already wrapped around the neck of our senior investigator. Now, the other 2 did catch in time the glance of this person just before the crack of the neck would snap. However, they only have one choice: to maintain eye contact and to slowly back towards the door, as the senior investigator begs them to not look away. And they won't, because they don't want him to move until they have a chance to escape. Unfortunately, this investigator in his hands is doomed.
Okay. This is a far cry from the way that Peanut 173 is usually depicted. This is a far cry, but I like it a lot more. I actually like this one a lot more. Peanut, the original thing for him was done by a Japanese artist who has since wanted to distance himself from it. The recreation of Peanut in terms of visual, I didn't, it's not as strange as the first, I'll say that. But this depiction, yes, this depiction actually hits all those buttons for me. And this guy is screwed. This guy is totally, completely screwed. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Peanut has long been my nemesis in any SCP game. Long been my nemesis, because there is nothing on Earth that I can do to stop Peanut from jacking me up. Warpugs, it takes a special kind of SCP to earn this much enmity from me, but this actually does the SCP a lot of justice. I really like it. This is the best one. This is the best depiction I've seen of 173. Period. That's just terrifying.
Check 1-2, SCP Art Department, Agent Jazza, day 162. I am up to case 682.
This is one I've been looking forward to because I saw 682 like underneath 173 last time, and I was wondering if he was going to do that or if that was just there for as a prop. But 682, I've seen he's basically always been depicted as some sort of alligator-ish figure. I want to see how he interprets this, especially after seeing his one from 173.
Note to the administrators, I was told my tenure would be over, my contract fulfilled 3 weeks ago. So I appreciate that there's more to do, but if we could just wrap up these last ones, I'd appreciate it. SCP-682 must be destroyed as soon as possible, contained within 5-meter steel-plated cube full of acid until method of destruction is discovered. Very large reptile-like creature, unknown origin, extremely intelligent, motivated by intense hatred for all living things, as expressed in multiple interviews. Personnel are forbidden from speaking with SCP-682. Body grows extremely quickly when it eats. It can ingest all known matter, organic or inorganic. Can use this ability to heal quickly from all forms of injury. Can speak and move with 90% of body destroyed. Can see why they left him to last. Terrifying, uncontrollable, undefeatable. All they can do is contain him, and even at that, barely. Which is why I'm creating this depiction on green paper, so I have a foundation that can represent the steel-plated cube full of acid. 5 meters thick all around. It takes everything this organization has to keep this beast contained. I'll never quite know why I was assigned to the art department of SCP. Maybe they have seen my personal case studies, specifically a few years ago when some friends of mine role-played in the SCP universe as a variety of unfortunate scientists and investigators, many of which met a swift end. If anyone hears or sees this video diary after I have retired or moved away from the organization, I encourage you to check that out. I will leave the resources where you can see them below. But with years...
I'll put that in the description because I know you guys like to watch some tabletop gaming. I think this is what he's talking about here. If I'm wrong, I'm stupid. You guys already know this. How do you do this with the markers? Like, God.
Years of experience.
I'm so
now,
jealous when it comes to stuff like this.
The SCP department and illustrated thousands of SCP creatures. This, my final piece, is the one with which I part the SCP Foundation. I believe I've left an impact here. I believe I've saved a lot of people and helped a lot of studies. I hope my legacy will be great. But one day out of retirement, I certainly hope that I can finally find some peace. Though I'm not sure I will with the images that I've created that surely will continue to haunt.
That is the furthest cry from anything that I've seen before in terms of 682. I have never seen 682 depicted quite like this. And honestly, I like this depiction. He's been depicted as a kind of, like I said, he's been depicted as kind of like a dinosaur almost for the entire time that I've seen him. I've never envisioned him as a humanoid under any circumstance. I've never envisioned him as that. I love the picture of Shy Guy right over here to the left. I've never once seen 682 depicted as essentially any humanoid shape. He's always been an alligator. He's always had that, well, I say alligator-ish, alligator family. But he's always had that look and appeal. But this is a completely different take entirely. And it's one that I can actually... I don't know. I'd have to reread the 682 case file to see if I completely agree with it, but it doesn't change the fact that it looks awesome. It doesn't change the fact that I like it. And it also doesn't change the fact that this arm needs to be restrained as well. 682 needs to be constantly submerged in acid and you can't kill the damn thing. It's actually amazing how threatening 682 is. And he does hustle as hard as he hates. Let's keep going. I love it. I love it.
Check 1, 2. This is Agent Jazza. This is my last day here with SCP. It's been an honor. It's been hard, but I'm glad to have helped. There is one last SCP for me to investigate, but I've been informed that I am allowed access to the SCP files to see what they're actually dealing with and if my work was accurate enough to be used. SCP is identified as the Shy Guy. This is what his official documented image looks like. Interesting. I feel like my work was pretty accurate. So
he didn't even know about these before. He didn't even know about these beforehand. So that's actually really, really cool. The fact that he got this as close as he did. I mean, I thought he knew about SCP, but he knew about these things before he went into them, had seen maybe some official artwork, things like that. But his artwork for 9.6 was, you could plug and play. I mean, honestly, it looks side by side if you put them together. He did an amazing job just going by description.
I'm quite happy with my contribution to the organization.
It looks great.
Mine has more clothes, so perhaps that was just reflective of the innocence with which I started my work here.
There you go.
Okay. SCP-173, known as the Sculpture. Mine is actually, I think, far more menacing than...
It is. It is. And especially compared to the original. Especially compared to the original.
The documented evidence. However, I feel like it's more appropriate that it be expected to be menacing. People need to enter these situations and take it seriously.
Right.
Perhaps that's why so many people end up in
body bags.
Problematic situations.
Body bags. D-class.
SCP-682. There doesn't seem to be a lot of original imagery associated with this, perhaps because he's quite hard to see when he's in a chamber with the acid. Anyway, I guess they wanted to update the image. I have one last one to do, and then I'm out of here.
All right.
Retirement day, baby. Final SCP. Unnamed, unnumbered. SCP. This being saps the energy and creative force and will of its subjects when they depict otherworldly imagery on paper. It gains its strength through vile acts of creativity and saps the life of the...
There you go. Welcome to the SCP Foundation. We'll process you out. He's trying not to laugh. Perfect. Nah. See, you didn't need to go there. You didn't need to go there, okay? You didn't need to go there. We were good. We were good. We were good. You didn't need to go there. Warpugs, this is why I'm jealous of... I'm jealous in a good way. I'm not jealous like, oh, I can't stand you, blah, blah, blah. I'm jealous in a good way. I wish I could do this kind of stuff. I really, really, really do. Because I have all these, like... I write stories. That's what I write. Stories, I write lore, I do all that kind of stuff. And for me, I wish, like, I'll have the image in my head. I just never know how to realize it into art. I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to make that transition. Does that make any sense? So I'll write something, and one of the things about my write, when I write up stories or anything like that, I have the image in my head of what's happening, you know, where, when, why, everything. But I have never once been able to actually realize that image so other people could see it besides my words. That's the only way I've ever been able to do it. So when somebody can take the words, somebody can take those words and do that, I'm immediately jealous. I'm immediately just burning with envy, because it's something I always wish I could do. And that's never a bad thing. Appreciating people's gifts is something I think that the world needs to do a little bit more often. Instead of being bitter about it, instead of being angry about it, appreciate the gifts that you see that other people have. Encourage them to use those gifts so they, you know, I wish I could do that. It just blows my mind when I see somebody that can take an image out of their head and put it onto a computer or put it onto a piece of paper. It's awesome. Warpugs, I'm gonna head out from here. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna rave bitterly, and then I'm gonna get to what I gotta get to around here. Links are gonna be in the description down below. I highly recommend you check them out. Thank you for spending some time with the old man. I'll catch you guys next time. I'm not gonna be sad. Just look at my pug and wait for her to give birth to puppies.